So every tournament there's something that goes wrong. And I forgot my camera this morning, but more importantly I forgot my bug spray, so I got bit up. Spots 1 and 2 are a no-go, at least for right now. The water is a couple feet higher than when I was pre-fishing today, and it's colder. When I was out here pre-fishing, I ran into Chris. I don't have my unit with me. My unit's in California getting repaired, and he told me water temps were about 80 degrees, 80, 81, somewhere in there. And when I was pre-fishing it, I was reading 87, 86. So temperatures dropped quite a bit, and it feels cool to the touch. It's not warm like it was. I see a lot of guys push back up in the lily pads. I don't know if that's where the fish are necessarily going to be at. I still think they're going to be off of points and things where I was catching them. I'm going to go to where I caught the biggest fish during my pre-fish and see if I can find something off that little drop-off. Hopefully I can. When I caught it, I noticed that there were a ton of bait fish all around, just balled up. So I'm assuming that these bass, if I can find them, I can find bass. Otherwise, it's going to be a rough tournament. My goal today is just get 5. We'll work on improving tomorrow. It's a 2-day tournament, 10 fish total. We'll see what happens. Well, up underneath docks and stuff, but I don't think that it's high enough for them to do that. It's also not, when he did it, it was later in the year, so it was colder. And I don't think that the fish are necessarily going to move out of where, or the depth that they were locked onto. So, I don't know. This is going to be I want this to be a fun, relaxing tournament, but it's also going to be really stressful because I'm competitive. I want to get that, best finish possible. I think these fish are still going to be locked up in the current. That's where I've caught all of them. We're just off of it in places where they can ambush. A lot of the back slack water stuff in some of these lakes, I don't think they're going to be in there. Standing over there by that log. I had one bite this morning. I'm pretty sure it was a gar. The line just kind of went tight and started swimming sideways. Set the hook and nothing was there. Hey, first fish. Someone come up and grab it. It's not very big, but you know what? As long as he's 12, he gets on the board. He's gonna be, he's only about 10. Yeah, he's 10 and a half. Dang. He came pretty far off that cover to come get it, so I bet he followed it out. He caught it almost at the surface too. I don't think it was big, but I had one. It's one thing that kind of has me worried is that there just aren't as many cars at the boat ramp this morning like there have been in past weekends where, it's pretty darn busy. Lot's only about half full, so hopefully the fishing didn't shut off and that's why people aren't hitting here and they're going somewhere else. I'm gonna make my way back to down to where I know the fish were schooling, but if you take a look at this, you can see how flooded it is back in through here. Let's see if we can catch any fish along this timber. There's gotta be something back here, right? How deep is it? That's pretty deep. Ooh. That one will count. That one will count. I think he'll hit 12. Yep. 12 and 3/4. Alright. Let's go, boys and girls. Imagine if I got my limit off this rock pile. How sweet would that be? Alright, slowly making my way back down to where I was earlier. See if the fish have kind of pushed up in there now, or some of the regular boat traffic's out running around. Well, I guess I'll make my way down this way and hit a few places where I got a couple bites when I was doing my pre-fish. I don't expect a lot. I just want to get 5, man. Oh, yeah, look at that chunk. Well, kind of hitting the part of the day where I'm starting to get discouraged. So I just had to look at the standings to see what's up. I had 18 guys, or 15 or so that we got fishing. I can't remember. It's like 15 or 18. I'm in 6th with 24 inches. It looks like 2 guys have around 70. I think Nicholas is right under 80. So I'm still in this. All right. I mean, we got 2 hours. Let's go hit some docks, and if I can get 5 fish, if I can get 60 inches, this is still doable. We got this. Well, not a great way to start the tournament, but I'm still, technically I'm within striking range if something happens to the guys in the top 3. With anything could happen. They could have a bad day tomorrow. I could have a good day, or I could have another bad day, and they could have another good day. But I definitely am not catching them in the places that I thought I was going to catch them. So I'm going to make a switch to another place that I've caught them before and hope that I can still find them on edges down there. But up here, they're not schooling or anything like that. The water, I think, is too high, and I think it's too cold compared to what it was. So we'll see what happens, but we'll see if we can formulate a game plan and try to make a comeback tomorrow. And it's not undoable, but it's going to be hard. But let's see what we can do tomorrow. Alright, so it's morning 2. I made a different launch this morning. Talking to the guys yesterday, a lot of guys were catching fish in one of the areas where during my pre-fish I caught one, and that was it. So it just shows that this area has changed so much since I was here last with the rain and and the temperature drop. But I've made a change. I'm going to go fish the first area that I fished in pre-fish, and you know, if I'm lucky, I'll pull out something. But if not, we're just going to fish to fish. We had the award ceremony last night for Angler of the Year, and everybody got their bag. Got a really sweet bag, so I want to thank NRS, Sticky Fish Decals, AFTCO, Rogue Fishing, a band of anglers for all the awesome stuff that they sent to us. I got a pretty sweet bag that was full of stuff. I'll show it later. But yeah, so you know, that coming up and talking to people, which has made it worth it. So not dead last. I didn't get skunked. A couple guys got skunked yesterday, but we're not doing so hot today. But who knows? You know, anything could happen. The places that those guys fished got hit pretty hard yesterday, so you know, anything could happen today. Chris, I think, is probably going to take it if he can have another 5-fish day. There are 2 other guys, really 3 guys are in striking distance of him if they can have good days. I'm the only one down here on this end that launched out this morning. I launched late because I'm like, I need my sleep. I want to get some sleep. So we're gonna get down here and give it a shot, and let's see what happens. Did a little fishing in the dark there, but most of the fish didn't start biting until well after the sun was up yesterday. I think that's going to be the same case today. Well, manatee right here. Hopefully they move off or go under or whatever. Don't splash or tip me. That's the biggest thing. He's right there. A little too close. Alright, last time I was here, caught a few fish out of here. Alright, last time I was here, I caught a few fish out of here, so let's see if that happens again. It's pretty narrow back here. So nothing through here. I even caught, you know, 3 or 4 mudfish back in here when I was pre-fishing along with some bass, and there's nothing. And I'm to the point where I just want to catch fish. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a move. I'm not waiting this time. We're going to make a move, and we're going to go to where I know people caught fish yesterday, because it's one of the places I pre-fished, just didn't have a lot of luck. So if the fish are caught up in there, so be it. I'll probably run into people. But at this point, I just want to catch some fish. So it'll take me about 45 minutes to get back. 15 to load up and get out of here. But yeah, let's go. Alright, well, let's see if we can't at least hook into something up here. Made the run. It took me about an hour to get everything done. Alright, so this is the last place I pre-fished. And I caught 1 fish back behind me in pre-fish. 1 guy in a kayak back there right now. He's fishing the same tourney. Man, it is getting hot. It's humid. It's gonna thunderstorm today. I can feel it. Missed it completely. Well, it's not the ending I wanted to the KAF season, the inaugural season, but there's only so much you can do. I mean, I came up and I pre-fished this thing a lot. I probably came up 4 or 5 times, and we just got a lot of rain this last 2 weeks, and I hadn't been up here for about 2 weeks. So when I was up here, the water was lower, the fish were more out in the main channel, where the water was a little bit cooler. I had all these spots marked off where I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. You know, I can come down through here. I mean, where I was this morning, I rolled through and I had 6 or 7 fish when I came down to pre-fish it, including some mudfish, and I didn't even have them bite today. And it shows you what a difference it can make if one thing just changes. So in this instance, we just got a bunch of rain from some tropical systems that pushed through, that dumped some cold rain in, raised the water levels up about 3 foot, and then dropped the water temperature in the places I was fishing about 7 degrees. So it just shows you what can happen. So for me, I've got about a month off before the next KAF season starts. They pushed it back so we're fishing cooler months. And that makes sense. We won't have to do this hopefully again next year, but we are fishing the same place next year for the championship. My goal is just to qualify, have a better showing than I did now. I mean, I'm very happy with Angler of the Year. You can see the guys out here, the 18 of us or 15, I can't remember exactly how many, that qualified, showed up, fished it all together, meet up. It was awesome. I want to thank Randy and KAF for putting this on. I want to thank all our sponsors, NRS, AFCO, Fan of Anglers, Sticky Fish, NRS, I already said NRS, Rogue Fishing, all those guys for helping make this possible. They gave us pretty awesome captain's bags, or swag bags as I like to call them. Got about $50 worth of gear in there. It's totally worth it. I had a good time regardless. I'm not overly stressed out. I mean, there's times when I'd be like, I can't believe this happened, but there's nothing I can do, so it is what it is. My bet's on Chris Mitchell. If he wins that, it'd be well deserved. Both he and I were always neck and neck trying to eke out a win, and we never get that win, which is really kind of annoying. But we were probably two of the more consistent anglers, and if he gets it, hats off to him. Like he's earned it. So we'll see what happens. I know Nicholas was on his trail. Jerry was in striking distance, so was Jason. We'll see what happens. Right now, I'm off the water a little bit early because I'm not catching anything. I did get to use my catch board though, my brand new one. But everything just kind of went wrong today for me, so I want to get off the water, eat some food, relax before the ceremony. I lost, my glasses broke. I lost the GoPro battery. Just not catching fish, so it's like a storm of bad things. I personally didn't make any angling mistakes in terms of handling fish or hook sets, which has been the issue. But just wrong place. Every place I picked, I had marked off, just a no-go. All right, so just did the award ceremony. Kind of got rained out a little bit. I actually moved up a couple spots, so I think I finished 7th or 6th, somewhere in there. Here's the official standings. But Chris actually won. The guy that, apparently there was a guy that his fish got DQ'd, so he dropped out of what would have been 3rd. But Chris got another full limit, 170 inches, which is pretty amazing. I know he went out there a long way to get those fish, so well deserved. Jerry came in 2nd, and then Jason Skapansky finished up in 3rd. So awesome job to those guys. Congrats on the win and the placement. Next event is in November at Lake Jackson up in Tallahassee. So we'll see what happens there. It's a new season. Yeah, that's it. I had a lot of fun fishing. Again, thanks to the sponsors, thanks to the KAF for putting this on. If you want to join us, it's a $50 entrance fee to join the KAF, and then you pay the entry fees for each of the tourneys. And this new season starts in November if you want to jump on that. First tournament's up in Lake Jackson in Tallahassee. So with that being said, is this the way I wanted it to end? No, but it's what happens. I got Angler of the Year. I actually won small fish for the tournament. I had a 12-incher that just barely made 12 inches, so I got a gift certificate for that. They kind of had that as like a joke prize, but I'll take it. So, yeah, I mean, can't be angry. Am I disappointed? Sure, but can't control everything. So until the next one, guys, peace.